Hello everyone, and welcome to this live broadcast. We are very glad to have you joining us in another live broadcast session with you. We are live streaming through LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So, very glad to have you, no matter from which platform you're joining us. We are very glad to have you here. About today's session, we are very excited about today's session because we are going to talk about our annual conference, Project Control Summit 2024, and we are going to give you an insider look of what we have in store for you. And we have some big announcements that we don't want you to miss that out. So, in case that's the first time you're joining us in this live broadcast, let me have a quick introduction. I am Shohreh Ghorbani, the founder and technical director of Project Control Academy, also one of the conference chairs for Project Control Summit. And I also have another conference chair of the summit, Kamran.
Yes, I'm Kamran Akbarzadeh, CEO of Project Control Academy and another conference chair for the Project Control Summit. We are very excited to have this session today with you via LinkedIn Live and some other channels that we have.
Exactly. So to get started, before we dive into the insider look and announcements that we have for you, I'm curious to know how many of you have been part of our annual conference before. If you have been part of Project Control Summit in the last 4 years, could you please type in the chat and let us know if you have been part of the conference and how your experience has been by joining our conference. Also, don't forget to introduce yourself in the chat. Let us know who you are, from which country you are tuning in. We always get excited to see our fantastic global audience who are joining us in our live sessions. So we cannot wait to see your comments coming in. And by the way, as we start the session, if you have any question at any time, please type them in and we will highlight your question and make sure that we answer your questions as we go along this journey we have together in this session. So please go ahead, introduce yourself, and let us know if you have been part of Project Control Summit before.
Yes, so we are going to talk about Project Control Summit. That's the annual conference hosted by Project Control Academy, and we started back in 2020. Now you see the theme, or what we call the topic for today, setting sail for success in project controls. That's actually the topic or the theme of the conference next year. You might say, why you're saying setting sail? That's what we are going to explain. But before that, let's just quickly review the evolution of Project Control Summit from the time that we had that dream of getting together project professionals at one place and have some face-to-face, in-person experience with them, to the time that we went virtually and now for going next year in person. So maybe sure you explain how we started back in 2020 and then how it's evolved over time.
Yeah, for those of you who are new to our journey, first of all, we have established Project Control Academy over 10 years ago as a means of serving our global community with the missing education that we felt. And we just wanted to fill the gap and provide premier training and education in project controls. So most of our audience are international. So we've been doing a lot of training and resources online. But it was always in our deep desire to have an opportunity to meet our global community in person and have a gathering so all of us can come together under one roof, inspire one another, get to see each other, and learn. So with that, we kind of back in 2020, that's when we first decided to have our first annual conference, Project Control Summit. We booked a hotel, we had registrations going on, we were super excited for that. But you know what happened back in 2020. So COVID had other plans for us. And it was really hard decision to cancel our first annual conference. But we were so quick, since we've been in online education we decided to convert this conference virtual, and it happened to be the first ever virtual conference in project controls, and we had great turnout. It was the first year we had it over 7 weeks, which was we just wanted to provide value as much as we could. We brought a lot of teams related to COVID, and it was really an awesome turnout. Then the following years after, it happened to be the largest global virtual conference and expo in project controls, now 4 years in a row. So for 4 years, we went virtual, and we had attendees from all over the globe joining us at Project Control Summit. And to date, we had the honor of hosting over 10,000 project professionals from every corner of the globe through this annual conference, which we are truly grateful. Now, next year, with all this COVID going away and having this in-person conferences starting all over again, we thought, why not going back to the initial dream we had to have a place to finally see you, to see our fantastic community, to get together under one roof and dance and have fun, and at the same time learn from the best speakers, from the best venue. And again, to us, we don't want the conference to be a boring technical conference. We want to excite you, empower you, so you leave this conference feeling unstoppable, inspired, and just like a fire. So we've been to a lot of conferences, both on the technical and personal development and business development conferences, and we have seen such a big difference between the two. So we are bringing some of the best essence of the conferences we have, the best conferences in the world that we have been part of, to Project Control Summit. And next year, yes, it's going to be in person. It's going to be in Galveston, Texas, from April 29 to May 1st. And it's our warm invitation for each one of you are joining us to come and experience it firsthand yourself.
Yeah, and then April is a great time to be in Texas, to be in Houston, just because the weather is shifting, right? From being cool to kind of hot. So we are in the time that the weather is really great. And that would be a great time to come and have even a mini vacation as part of attending Project Control Summit. We will talk more about the location, where the event is held, and also the hotels and things like that later.
Just before we go on, I just noticed your comments, and I would like to greet those of you who are joining us live. Thank you so much, Joseph, for joining us from Scotland. That's amazing. Very glad to have you here. We also have Kamran, if you just say
Yemi watching from Sweden.
Yeah, very glad to have you. Thanks for joining us here.
Omer from Azerbaijan.
Yes, Omer is actually attending the conference, Omer. So all the way from Azerbaijan, he already got his ticket and is coming. So he was part of our wait list. We are so excited to have you, Omer. Thank you so much for joining us.
Omer was also very active during the summit this year in the networking lounge, and one of the top ones.
Yeah, we cannot wait to see you there. So we have Pawan from India. Thank you for joining us, Pawan. We also have
Lefuno watching from South Africa.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Lefuna. And we have
Mai Mendoza from Mexico.
That's awesome.
That's
very
great.
Glad
So
to have you
it's
guys.
global.
That's amazing.
That's what excites us. And we have from Venezuela, Alberto.
Yeah.
And Hatan Al-Kamdi from Saudi Arabia.
Actually, the first international person who ever registered for the summit, because although we haven't opened registration yet, we first opened that to our students, and now registration are only open for our summit waitlist. But now saying Hatan from Saudi Arabia, our first international registrant is from Saudi Arabia. So that's really amazing. That's great.
For 2024.
For 2024, yes.
And Nitish from India. Welcome, Nitish. Angel Bright from Qatar.
Yeah, very glad to have you here.
We've really had a great attendance for the summit and all of our events from Middle East region. So countries like Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and we really thank you for searching and looking for knowledge. So this is great to be connected to you and being here live with us.
And come and see who is here. Abby, who was really excited in our 2023 conference, who was very active, taking notes, sharing great feedback. So very glad to have you, Abby. She's from Algeria. So, wow, that's amazing. I cannot really keep up with you guys here. Stefan from Ontario joining us. Thank you so much. We also have Danilo from Chile. That's amazing. So let's see who else is here. So that's really good. Thank you so much. We also have Mohammed. Yeah, very glad to have you, Mohammed, from Saudi Arabia. And thanks for your fantastic feedback. We appreciate you. So, so that's amazing to have you. And thanks for all this great introduction. Oh, we have someone from University of Houston joining us. Yes, University of Houston have been really attending our annual conferences over the years. So we really appreciate our students really taking the lead on this. Thank you so much for joining us. And we have Juan from Peru, and who else is here? And we have Carson from UK. Glad to see Carson. Carson is one of our award winners last year, who was really, 2023, who really broke the records in terms of engagement, in terms of taking notes, in terms of sharing aha moments. He's been amazing. I hope we have the honor to see all of you at our next year annual conference. But welcome to this session. Again, the purpose of this session is to give you an insider look about Project Control Summit, answer any questions that you might have before we officially open enrollment on August 22nd next week. So that's your chance to ask questions and to get more clarity. And in case you would like to join us, you have all the details that you need. So that's the main goal we have for this session. And see who is here. I just saw Manan joining us. Very glad to have you, Manan. Manan has been part of our summit team over the years, and I'm very glad to have you here. Hopefully we can see even our team joining us in person. So thank you so much for joining us here. Now let's go to other areas that we have in mind for today's session.
Just don't forget to put your questions. If you have any questions, comments, anything that you would like to share, we read them and show them on the screen so others also can see them.
So perhaps a question, Kamran, that we can answer is this one. We've got, since we started talking about the summit, and many of our audience are global, and we've been doing this virtually, that question always come up. For next year, are you just in-person, virtual, or hybrid? So Kamran, what is the answer to that?
So this has been a frequently asked question, whether we are going to have a virtual component in the summit or not. So we've been thinking about it because we've been really strong in the virtual side, and it's not that hard to have a feed of whatever we will have in the conference hall in Galveston and have it for those who cannot make it. But right now we have no plans. And we haven't even with the AV and the recording team, we haven't talked about that, mainly because we have got a location and we want to really see everyone in person. We know some of you really cannot even travel because you need US visa, and the waiting time in some parts of the world, the waiting time is long. Like I've checked, even in Canada, it could be 700 days, or in United Arab Emirates could be 500 days. But in other locations like Azerbaijan or France, or not France, for those who cannot really use the passport because they're not citizens, or in Malaysia, it's easier to get apply for US visa. So right now, we are really focusing our efforts on the in-person side because there is a lot to do on that side. And that's why we have no plan to have a hybrid version or a virtual component for the summit. It may change depending on the number of registrations and how we move forward. That's why we have opened registrations early to see the number of registrations. And hopefully we can break the record. Hopefully we can sell out, and then we can think of having the virtual component, especially for those who cannot attend in person.
And talking about registration, I really would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to anyone who registered so early in the last 2 weeks that we opened like 2 exclusive groups. And I was really surprised seeing the results because the conference will be in Texas in United States. So I was expecting more of the attendance to be from United States, but to our amazement, 40% of attendees so far are from overseas. So they're already going to go through the US visa. Some of them, we already gave them the invitation letter, and going through all this extra effort to come and join us. And it means a lot to us. We didn't expect such a big ratio of attendees, although it's so early, but to really be from outside United States. So thank you. If you're really from outside United States and planning to join us, it means a world to us. So thank you so much.
Yes. Really.
So another topic that we would like to discuss is about the summit theme. So as Kamran mentioned, it's about setting sail for success in project controls. Can you shed more light on why we choose theme every year and why we have this theme this year?
I think any conference, when you want to go to a conference, you know what sort of topics are discussed, and if there is any central theme for the summit. So every year we set a theme, we come up with a theme for the conference. And next year we decided to have something related to the location. And since we are going to hold the event in Galveston Island, which is a beach town and beach city south of Texas, just beside the Gulf of Mexico, and there is like beach and there are waves. So we thought, okay, we just come up with something that is relevant to that and also relevant to project controls. So since we want to see your success in project controls, and since we want to have it in Galveston, which is a beach city, then we thought, okay, why not setting sails for success in project controls? Doesn't mean that you have to be in project controls to attend it. You can be in projects, but you will learn about project controls. So if you are a project manager, you will definitely gain a lot of benefits from that, and you can implement what you learn in your projects and succeed and take things to the next level. So that's really the main reason behind setting sail for success in project controls.
Exactly. So thank you for that. And talking about the conference, and really we are excited. Again, we are extending our invitation to you for joining us if you can. And the dates, as I said, is next year from April 29 to May 1st. But one important date I would like you to mark your calendar, and that's when we are opening the official registrations. As I said, yes, we had some opening registration to our wait list. We had a big group of people who were interested, put their name on the wait list, so they got early registrations. We also had our students and graduates give them kind of the first group who joined the summit had the opportunity with them, and we gave them the highest discount ever. But now the opportunity comes your way, and it's going to happen next week on Tuesday, August 22nd. That's when we finally open the doors to our fantastic community of project controls professionals and project management. So we cannot wait to welcome you. But the date is important because we still have the highest discounted ticket when we open this enrollment. So you get up to 60% or 65% off the original ticket if you can grab it now when the enrollments open. The only bad news is we only have 50 tickets reserved at this price. So, and we have a huge community. So that's why it's important. If you're interested in joining us and really have huge savings, it's better to mark your calendar and watch for the email that will come your way, or because that's going to be public. We will also share the link on social media as well. So don't miss that out. We want to have you there and at the same time have the huge saving and rate of return by joining us. So that's an important date I want you to jot down and make sure you don't miss that out.
Yeah, now Shohreh mentioned about opening it to public, but if you had put your name on the waiting list and you think to yourself, I haven't received any emails from you about this, Or if you have been one of the students in our community and you say, I haven't received any email, check back your emails. Sometimes the emails may go to spam. Sometimes you might just miss it. Sometimes you receive emails and especially in Gmail, they may go to promotion, things like that. So check things out. And if you cannot find an email about Project Control Summit 2024, in case you have been a student or a graduate of Project Control Academy, or you put your name on the wait list, you have still opportunity to get it at the lowest price possible. If you hadn't put your name, or if you haven't been part of Project Control Academy, like students for training, then your time is coming. So we are going to have that window of opportunity open for a limited time before we start those super early bird. We have these windows with a limited number of tickets reserved for each batch, to give those who are really keen to attend the summit the opportunity to reserve their ticket as quickly as possible at the lowest price possible.
Yeah.
So just be on the lookout for the email from us, and you will get that notice. If you, so.
And following what you said, Kamran, I just want to remind, if you have been on the wait list, again, for the wait list, we had limited number of ticket reserve. I have to tell you, just small number of tickets are left. And this opportunity is only available until August 21st before we open registration to the public. So if you've been on the wait list, don't wait any longer, because that opportunity will go away very soon.
It's close.
So, so you might say it's too early to join. Why now? The conference is next April, next year. So my plans might change. So why do I need to enroll now? So my answer to this question is, first of all, you get the highest discount ever that we will not offer this anytime in the future. So that's kind of it. Like our own projects, it comes with own benefits when you start planning things ahead of the time. With this, you also get huge savings, and you can plan your trip, you can plan your conference early on and really reap the rewards. So that's one thing, early planning, advanced planning, huge saving. And also with our refund policy, you have nothing to lose. I know your plan might change, and you might say, what if my plan changed? What if I cannot attend the conference after my enrollment? So what would be the answer to that concern, Kamran?
Yeah, so we have this return policy that in case your plans change, you talk to your team or manager, or a project comes up later on, if you decide, or if you check your plans and you cannot attend next year's summit and you register now, you have until the end of this year, until January 1st, I would say better, I would say December 31st at midnight, to cancel it without any penalty, meaning you just get full refund minus some admin fee, credit card fee, that when someone even gets referred, we have to give that to the credit card processing, and we don't get that back. So there is some admin fees that will be deducted, it's in the Q&A, but it's about 10% of whatever you pay. But you get the rest as refund. So there is really nothing to worry about. You can purchase your ticket with confidence. And if your plans change, then you can get the refund until January 1st. But after January 1st, there would be no refund, but you can transfer your ticket to someone else and then just give us their name, and we will transfer that ticket to them. So really, we made it easy, especially for those who register early with the highest discount. So you have that confidence that, okay, in case something changes, I can get my money back by the end of this year. So that's really great opportunity. And now, since next year, when we start next year, January, there's only 3 months left. And you really should have a very good idea of how your plans unfold, how your schedule would be. And then there would be less concern about I would miss this opportunity or miss attending the summit.
And for our international attendees, even after January 1st, we have an exception because we know obtaining a visa might take longer, they might not get approved. So for them, the full refund policy continues until a month before the conference. So for that gives you the peace of mind as well. But for the rest, we already have this good refund policy. So you can just get your ticket with ease and confidence that even if your plan changes, then you have a backup plan. And also at any time, you can transfer the ticket to someone else in your company, to your coworker, or anyone who might be interested in joining. And when you have that ticket at a low price, they will be happy to get your ticket. So that's also available until the conference, a month before the conference. So that's also available at any time.
Yeah, and also with your company, with your management, it's just a pitch, right? So, and when you do it early, they support it better than when you do it late. So just talk to them, and if you need a justification letter, we already have a template that you can download by if you just go when we announce the web page, you just go there. At the bottom there is frequently asked questions, and then there is a segment there about I need a justification letter to get approval from my management, and there is a link there that you can download that justification letter and submit it or send an email based on that to your management and hopefully get approval. So whenever I wanted to go to a conference, I would do it as early as possible. And 95% of the time I would get approval because I was really early and I justified well. And since it's early, everything can be planned ahead of time. When it's too tight, like 2 months, 1 month before, projects are there and you haven't said that yet. So that's a great opportunity right now to register at a very high discount and also with less tightness when you plan ahead of time.
Okay, we have a question here from Manon in terms of the timing of the conference and in Texas, the hurricanes and issues in August. Yes, we hear you. August usually is the month of hurricane here. Although this year is an exception, it's too hot, no sign of rain. But yeah, the conference is not in August. It's way before that. It's end of April and early May. And back then, at that time, the weather is so good, no rain, not hot at all. It's such a good weather, especially if you are from colder areas, that you can even go to the beach and enjoy the water, so and not hot at all. So that's why we carefully chose the timing for Texas. So no worries on the timing and the date of the conference.
Nothing can be guaranteed, Manon, so we cannot guarantee there would be no rain. Hopefully there would be nothing and everyone will enjoy that. There is no guarantee, but it's not the hurricane season in April and May. Usually hurricanes start like June, July, but right now I see that there is a hurricane coming to California, which is really unheard of. And the weather is changing overall, the pattern. So Houston or overall the Gulf of Mexico hasn't had any hurricane this summer. So it's really strange.
Exactly. So now let's get into more details and insider look about the summit and what to expect in the 3-day of the conference. Again, when we open the enrollment, you get all these details, but we want to give you an insider look now so you know what to expect in those 3 days of the summit, how the plan look like, what are the elements of the summit, and all the details. I leave that to Kamran to explain those.
Very good. So yes, we are planning to have the conference different from other conferences that maybe you have been, especially the professional conferences. So we will have our conference, as we have already mentioned, over 3 days. The first day, which is April 29th, starts with workshops. So if you are interested in attending a live educational workshop, we would have 2 workshops. We still don't know exactly what the workshops would be, but we will have 2 great workshops for like 3 hours each, that a great instructor will be there to conduct those workshops. We will announce them later, and if you are interested, you can register for those. So this is the morning of day 1. Then Afternoon, around 2 p.m., we will have two social events, what we call them social activities. That would be for fun, relaxation before we start the conference kind of officially. And there are these two events. You can register for them. Once you kind of get your ticket for the summit, then you will land on a page that tells you next steps. We will talk about hotels later, but another next step is to register for one of the two social events. Since these two social events are going to be taken care of in parallel, you can only register for one of the two. As soon as you get your ticket, register for one of these two, because they have a capacity and we cannot have everyone there. So it's going to first come, first serve. And once we reach the cap, then we close that. So do your best to register for the one of these two social events as early as possible, as soon as you get your ticket. The first one is a fun experience that I haven't even done, but I noticed that's really special to Galveston. It's a sand castle building lesson. So you will have 2 hours on the beach with a master instructor in building sand castles. And when we have a group of you together, then it's a fun experience, because you will have a group activity. You will learn the skills together, and then together you build sand castles. And if you have a good number of people, then we divide you like to two groups, and then you can compete to see who makes a better sand castle. So, and then you can have fun, you can network, you can get to know each other, take pictures with your sandcastles.
And you can surprise your family when you go back that now you're a pro in making sandcastle.
Exactly. And then the second one, so that takes around 2 hours from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. The second one that goes parallel with that is for those who like to be on the boat and go on the Gulf of Mexico and watch some dolphins. So as I heard, Gulf of Mexico, or the Galveston area, it has very active dolphins. So we are going to book a boat, and we will have those who register for that activity on a boat. You go on water with the boat and have a tour of dolphins, like watching dolphins playing around. And that's another opportunity for those who want to be more relaxed, have fun, see the Galveston from water side, see some dolphins, and then come back to the Galveston Island Convention Center. Everyone will be back by 4 p.m. At 4 p.m., we will start registrations. So meaning you come to get your badge, to get to know the schedule, as well as so you register. And then we open the exhibition hall at 5 p.m. So you have the opportunity to go to the exhibition hall, network with others who attend the exhibition hall, check out the booths that we are going to have. We are planning for 20 booths, and vendors or tool providers, service providers, to know what's coming, what is out there. So far, we always had that in virtual exhibition hall, but now we're going to have it in person. So that would be a great experience for those who come. We will have also a game planned for interaction with the providers and with sponsors. So that's for 1 hour. And then at 6 p.m., we start the welcome reception. So you come to the welcome reception in front of the conference hall. We will have live music. We will have a photo booth. We will have drinks. We will have snacks. We will have a short address, keynote about the summit, and you will have fun. Get to know people. And then around 8 p.m., we end the first day. So the first day doesn't have technical presentations,
except the workshops, right?
Except the workshops, and also the activities, as well as the welcome reception. So that's going to be a fun day for those who have traveled. You have time to kind of relax and get ready for the next 2 days that are full of technical presentations as well as fun and dance and things like that. So that's the first day. The second day, I'm going to go a bit more quicker. The second day starts at 8 a.m. with keynote speech, and then we will have technical presentations and coffee break, and again, technical and panel discussion. Then we will have lunch, which is included in your ticket. So a lunch buffet, and then afternoon sessions will continue that. At the same time, we have the booths open, the exhibition hall open. For VIPs, we will have a VIP lounge that you can mingle together as VIPs there. And then we also have, at the same time that we have technical presentations in the main conference hall, we have another track which is for technology presentations. We only have 2 tracks that Shohreh will explain more about why we only have these 2, not several. So you will enjoy those technology presentations or the technical presentations and panels. And then we end that day around 5:30. And then after that, you get ready for a networking session after you take some rest. And then we will have a great event starting at 7 p.m. on April 30th, what we call special awards ceremony. So this ceremony is exclusive to the conference attendees, and we want to celebrate success and achievements of our community in project controls and those who have been also in project management, taking our trainings, achieving great success, those who have been active in our networks, the experts that have helped us, the instructors that have helped us over years, and also sponsors and team members. Everything is that type of celebration and award ceremony.
And it's going to be entertainment.
Yes, there's going to be fun, like live entertainment, and some surprise factors there as well that we cannot talk right now. But I'm sure you are going to enjoy that night. So when you register and get your ticket, you notice that one of the next steps is to register for the awards dinner. And that has like 50% discount at the moment. So it's kind of extra to whatever you pay.
And we have very limited space for that.
Very limited number of space for that. So register as early as possible to reserve your ticket and make sure, and that way you're sure that you're going to attend that award ceremony.
And the next day is full day. Again, we start with the keynote, panel discussions, technical sessions. So it's going to be 2 full packed day of educationals, of networking, of so much fun learning together. So it's going to be amazing.
Exactly. And we finish around 5:30 with a farewell and closing. So do not really book your return ticket on the last day and then say, oh, I have to leave at noon. Just stay one more night and then leave the next day. So you can even have a mini vacation with your family or with your spouse. You have a special ticket for the spouse and partner. So take advantage of that as well. Now, those who have been part of our community had asked whether we are going to have any special session for the community. That's really one thing that we wanted to do when we were talking about that, our dream in 2020, that we want to bring our community members like students, those part of Project Professionals Network, the EPIC program, and some of the speakers, experts together in an exclusive gathering for the community members. So yes, we are going to have something like that planned for the first day on April 29th. So if you've been waiting for that, this is a great opportunity to get your ticket and then enjoy that moment with face-to-face, in-person type of interaction with other community members and with us there, with some of the great experts and thought leaders in that event as well.
But you cannot imagine how excited we are to see
Yeah.
you finally in person, to see our community, our followers, our students who have been with us for years. I finally see you guys in person, and we are doing our best, working so hard behind the scenes to create a really unforgettable experience for each one of you. A conference that is like no other, something that's a combination of fun, education, networking, something that really excites you and inspires you. So we are working so hard, and we started planning months ago already. So for next year, and we cannot wait to see you there. And just about the elements of the summit, before I saw some great questions before we answer them. Kamran mentioned that we are going to have 2 tracks. Let me clarify that. One of the things that I personally don't like when I go to conferences is the confusion, overwhelm. When I see 7, 8 tracks of educational sessions or actual sessions are scheduled, and I have to pick and choose. I've been always spending days planning them ahead. Oh, I'm going to attend this one, I'm going to attend that. So I wanted to have an enriching experience. Then I got to a point that I stopped doing that because I got disappointed in some sessions I attended. I felt like I'm missing on many others that I wish I would have attended better. So, and even in conferences I've attended, I've heard people feeling overwhelmed. Yes, there are a lot of good sessions, and it's good to be able to pick and choose, but we are removing all that overwhelm from you. And we decided instead of quantity, we go with quality. Instead of adding more and more sessions that overwhelm you and don't know which one to choose, and you might go to a session that's low quality and you don't like that, we decided to go with just one session for everyone, but also cover all topics of project controls in there, so that you can also at the same time expand your horizons and expand your area of knowledge. Because also another experience I had, whenever I was going to conferences, I was leaning more toward what I know. So I wanted to learn more on those topics. So I kind of excluded all other topics, that, let's say, risk or contracts management or other type of topics I was not involved in. And that really limits your knowledge and expertise. So to give you that opportunity to expand your knowledge in different areas of project controls, to remove that overwhelm and everything, we decided to have one session for everyone. So it's going to be different as compared to other conferences you have been. It's going to be one session similar to our virtual conference. If you have been in there, you didn't have the option to pick and choose. It was one session after another. So it's going to be similar experience in terms of the content. And we never had any issue with our attendees mentioning, oh, I wish there was more content like that. No, it was just rich content. And we have also, we take a good amount of time in terms of choosing the best speakers who can attend the conference. And talking about speakers, we not just choose the best in the industry who are really engaging, who are passionate about the topic that they are teaching, who can convey their message easily, because we have a lot of experts who are really good here, but they cannot convert that to the audience. So we are very picky on the speakers, and not just that. After we select a speaker, and many of them are by invite, but after we select a speaker, we coach and educate them on the right presentation skills, on, oh, this is your slide, change that. This is the better to do this way. So we give them a lot of great feedback, and it's up to them to apply that. And we have seen throughout our conference, those who listen to our advice and to our comments could turn their presentation like day and night. So your experience and your engagement is what really we focus in every conference that we have organized so far. And this one in person is even more important to us, to have your engagement, and also living with actionable steps and call to action, I would like to call it. So in every presentation, our speakers are mandated to give you the next steps. Because what I have seen in many presentations I have been to was, okay, we just sit passively, listen. Okay, that was was a good presentation, but what I'm going to do as a result of that presentation was not clear. It was up to me to capture these moments and take them into my projects. But now, by coming to these projects, to this conference, you will also have an action step that's based on what you've learned. And sometimes it's challenging for speakers to give you action steps because they're used to just presenting. But now they're giving you actionable items that you should go next to apply. So these are very practical type strategies that we will share, and that's kind of make this conference a bit unique as compared to other conferences, and that's why we really want to have you there.
Very good. So there were some questions, Shohreh. Are we there to talk about the hotel or not yet?
Yeah, can I just talk about the speakers? Since I talked about the speakers, let me finish that first. So in case you are here and you're a great speaker and you want to join us, I have good news. First of all, we have very limited number of speakers opportunities because we don't have parallel sessions. So it's just not that many speakers we can bring into. So just have that in mind. If you don't get accepted, please don't be upset. It's just not that many opportunities available like other conferences. But the call for speakers are still open. The deadline is August 31st. So if you are someone who's really enthusiastic about the topic that you want to present and you're a great speaker, submit your video of presentation and apply. We need to check your video to make sure you're great in presentation skills. So do that. We still have time until end of the month for that. Mm-hmm. So that's for a call for speakers. Also, we are assembling a great team who are going to help us for the summit. We already started interviews and we are so excited for the new team. The summit team members are going to give us a hand from all over the globe. And it doesn't matter if you are in United States or not, a lot of help can be done virtually. So we still need your help. So we have some slots available. If you are interested in being part of this movement with us, being part of this journey, the application are still open until August 31st. So, and the link can be shown in there as well.
Yes, very good. And so, yes, we've had really great also applications for team members like volunteers. And hopefully we will have this team together, especially if you are local, like in Houston area. The opportunity is also there just to have face-to-face meetings with team members. But we've had like Sujay, for instance, from Australia, that he's already applied and it says, I'm going to be there.
And he said, I'm going to come from Australia. So it's amazing.
We will see who is going to win the longest trip type of ride. So we'll see. We will have prizes and giveaways anyway. So we're coming up with some surprise factors for the summit that make it really fun as well.
So perhaps let me go through the questions, Kamran. We have a couple of questions about the hotel. CJ is asking, is there going to be
that's a good time to talk about
the hotel. And also we have another one is about the hotel discount for those who are planning to attend. Yes, we do. So Kamran, can you just
Yes, so as you now know, the location of the conference is in the Galveston Island Convention Center. It's a nice building with good space for the summit. We've got the whole upstairs area for our conference. And then there are several hotels outside in walking distance. We've talked to the San Luis Hotel or Resort, as well as Hilton Galveston Island Resort, both of them in walking distance. Hilton is just adjacent to the convention center, so it's just like 2-minute walk from the hotel to the convention center.
San Luis Resort.
The San Luis Resort is about 5 minutes walk, but the weather is really nice. You can take a walk and then come back. Maybe like you eat your lunch and you want to go to your hotel room and then come back. It's just 5 minutes walk. Both are very nice. All of the rooms are facing the ocean, or whatever you call it, Gulf of Mexico beach. So very nice views. Personally, as Shohreh said, we've been to both of them. Personally, we like the San Luis Resort better.
Luxury,
and then both of them, we've got good discounts that are going to be there until 1 month before the conference. But we have only blocked 70 rooms, 20 in San Luis Resort and 50 in Hilton. They didn't give us enough rooms more rooms in San Luis Resort just because it's very high in demand. Right now, if you check and want to go to San Luis Resort, it's $550 per night. But you are going to pay, I think, around 220, something like that, for those stay time. Now we've talked to hotel to open it up to before and after, maybe a couple of days before, a couple of days after for both of these hotels. So you have the opportunity to book your room, especially if you do it very quickly, you can get these rates reserved for you. And we highly suggest you come one day before and then you leave one day after, unless you want to have it like extended type of mini vacation. You want to come maybe on Friday and then leave next Friday, something like that. So it's up to you, but we suggest to come one day early, one day later, and book your hotel right away after you get your ticket, because this way you get the most benefit, you get the discount there. Right now, we know some of you have already purchased your ticket, you've got your hotel, and you're ready to come. Some others are kind of hesitating. Do not hesitate. You have this refund factor there until the end of the year. So take advantage of everything. Get your hotel and get your ticket, and then do the other part for process of approval or these sort of things, and hopefully everything will be approved and you will come. So that's about the hotel. Now there was a question about gathering of the what was that, the question? I just want to read the question.
That's the question here.
The meetup, right? So pre-PCS meetup. If we have a good number of people coming on Sunday, and we will check with hotel, because we know who is coming, who is registered for hotel beforehand. If we see overall a good number, then yes, definitely a meetup or gathering on Sunday would be really best. We will be there even from Friday, because we have to do a lot of things, and some of the team members would join also earlier. And anyone who is traveling, let us know. If we have a good number of people, we can have that on Sunday, which makes it even more fun compared to the first day.
And we have more time to relax and enjoy.
So we will monitor this and decide on which day. But yes, that's an option to have the pre-summit meetup on Sunday, which is the weekend before the conference.
Yeah. Just one warning, if you are planning to come ready to dance, ready to have fun, because it's going to be different experience as compared to other conferences you've been to. Just have your spirit high and ready to just engage and really have fun. So that's what I request from each.
Many of you enjoyed the Summit 2023 and the feedback we've got, they like the dance, especially some of the attendees were very good also in dancing, and having that virtual as part of the conference really added to that excitement and
now
engagement
imagine
factor.
With the AV and with all this music sound, everything is going to be amplified at 10 times.
You will see the difference. You will see the difference.
We better not to reveal the surprises, but it's going to be so much fun. Technical conferences doesn't need to be boring. That's my message. Kamran tells me don't say that, but yeah, that's really what I'm looking forward to have fun at the same time, learn things. So we have a good question from CJ about where can we find a wait list or tickets. That's a good question. We had the wait list open for months, and we had over 350 people on the wait list. So we opened the registration to them a few days ago, and the registration for the wait list already, the entries for wait list is already closed right now, because the registration opened earlier this week and it goes until August 21st. So if you have been on the wait list, if you put your name on the wait list before, please check your emails and your inbox, or email us at support@projectcontrolacademy.com. Our team will check if you have been on the wait list. So they give you your exclusive link for registrations. Since they have the highest discounted tickets, it's just for exclusive for our waitlist, so we cannot reveal the link here. But the good thing is next week on August 22nd, we officially open the doors to everyone. If you have not been on the waitlist, CJ, we still have great, highly discounted tickets next week for until end of August. So end of this month is the best time to join the conference, because we have at different ticket prices we had for different groups of people, and next week is when we are going to have that for everyone. So watch out for the emails if you have been part of our community, or watch the social media for the link, but have your calendar marked for August 22nd, because we only have 50 tickets reserved at that highest discount that we are opening for our huge community. So if you are really interested, don't miss that out, or send us an email so our team make sure that you get the link on time via email. So, but we cannot wait to see you, CJ, at the conference. Thanks for your interest.
Yeah, and then Manon says the dance was excellent and he enjoyed it. Yes.
We didn't see you dance. Did Manon dance?
Yeah, I saw Manon, dancing too, although sitting, right? So,
Yeah.
So very good experience during the summit this year. The duration, as we mentioned, is 3 days, April 29th to May 1st. But we encourage you to come one day earlier, one day later, and also benefit from the workshop, social activities on the first day, welcome reception. So that's going to be a fun day as well.
Yeah, just also in our last sessions we had with our intimate community about the summit, a question came about the airport, which airport should I travel? So all that details we have provided in the summit website. So when we open registrations, or if you already been on the wait list, you have that link. But we have, like, if you go to the hotel and travel, you get all the details about, okay, which airport to go to or travel to, and which one is closest. And even we give you the insider look on the rooms, on the hotels, so you see you don't need to search everywhere. So we try to provide as much information as possible in our website, so you can get everything that you need. And in case you have some questions, we will be there to assist you and help you with any inquiries that you might have. So
very good.
So I think we are a few minutes away from finishing this session. Again, have your questions coming, and so we can answer. Just I want to address one more thing here. We already mentioned that, but I know many of you needs management approval to come and join. So if that's the case, send us an email or let us know. We already have a justification letter, a template prepared. You just need to fill that out, send that to your management for approval. So that's there. And don't wait because sometimes the management approval takes time. I know our offers are time sensitive and limited in terms of the number of tickets available. So in case your management doesn't approve we have the refund policy. So you can still benefit from that, but I don't recommend you wait until weeks and then you lose this opportunity and come back to us and say, I was on the wait list and I want the same offer, or I got this great email from you with this offer. Can you grant that to me? The answer is no, because first of all, we have limited number of tickets and very time sensitive offers. So if that's the case, you can really use this justification letter, or the refund policy we have will cover you up very well. So.
Yeah, and then as we talked about, we will have the exhibition Technology and Tools Expo part of the summit. In case you are part of a company and you know your company might be interested in showcasing the products and services, we have sponsorship opportunities available. So you can go to the sponsorship page when you visit the website, and then there you can see all the benefits. Now, the other part that I wanted to say is that if your company wants to send more people, like maybe 5 or 10, we have great discounts there that you can come as a group, or even book or reserve a table for all of people from your company. And these are available when it's more than 10 people attending from your company. Then your company is also acknowledged as a partner of Project Control Summit 2024. So in case you want to have more people coming from your company, and if you are a student, right, currently a student at the university, we have a special price for students. Just drop us an email to support@projectcontrolsummit.com, and you get projectcontrolacademy.com, and we will send you a special coupon code for students. Now, we're talking to some of the universities that have construction management, this type of departments, to have that discounted version to the students. But still, we need some proof or evidence that you are currently a student, active student at the university and want to attend. You will get that special price for students only.
Yeah, but again, mark your calendar. August 22nd is when we open the enrollment and when you can get the special link for that highly discounted tickets. And talking about the group enrollment, actually, one of those managers who have been in our waitlist, Kamran, approached us and said, oh, can I also reserve the ticket for my team? And when we put the invoice together for them so they can enroll the entire group, we noticed the amount of discount they get is higher than the ticket price. So it was amazing, like the amount of discount that you can get right now, even for your team and for bringing a larger group, is huge is at the moment, because the ticket prices are highly discounted. So
best time to really join.
Yeah, especially if you want to bring your team right now. So one last thing I would like to cover, I know we have many international attendees, and in case you need to obtain a US visa, I already mentioned that, but after you enroll, let us know if you need to apply for the visa, and we will send you the official invitation letter so you can show to the embassy and in your request. But one word of caution here, as Kamran mentioned earlier, the processing times for US visa has been hugely expanded. So before you register, make sure, although we have the full refund policy for our international attendees, but we still highly recommend you check the processing time with your embassy and make sure that the time frame is really matching with the time of the conference. And if it does, for now, we have people from Saudi Arabia, from Azerbaijan, from Kazakhstan, from Canada joining us, and perhaps Saudi Arabia. So we have already people from different countries joining us, and several of them requested this invitation letter, but they first checked the time that they need for the processing. So we first recommend you check the time that you need for getting the visa, then enroll, because we need to make sure you're coming to the conference so we can send you the invitation letter. And after that, we will send you the invitation letter. You just give us some information that we need for that letter, and that's it. You are good to go.
So now if you say, how should I check the waiting time? Just search in Google waiting time for US visa application.
And then
there is a web page that you enter the name of the city from which you want to apply. And then that gives you the waiting time for all different visa types. The visa type that you're looking for is B1, B2, like B as Bob, B1, B2, which is like pleasure business type of visa. These are like limited time visas, could be 3 months to 6 months. But that's the one that you should look for, not student visa or work visa, no, just B1, B2. And that tells you the waiting time. So based on that, you can kind of plan ahead. If it's too long, like 500, 600, you would not be able to get it. But if it's like 50 days, even 100 days, it should be fine.
Yeah, and we had a request from one of our attendees. I also want to apply the visa for my wife. I want her to also join me. So our recommendation is, when you want to apply for the visa, you apply for both of you at the same time. So you book the appointment for both of you. Yeah, the invitation letter would be under your name, but I think when you book that appointment for both you and your wife, so I think that there shouldn't be any problem.
Yeah, you just add your wife, or if you want to bring your family, everyone to your application as the one for interview. So you all go together. Although everyone has to have their own applications, like filling the application for everyone, but you can go together as a family or with your partner only if you are just together to the consulate for the interview. And you don't really need a separate invitation letter for your spouse. You just need one invitation letter, which is like you as the main driver. And that way it's even easier to get the visa, because they know that you are coming back, your spouse is with you, you show the letter, that I'm going there. You have already reserved your ticket, things like that. And then hopefully that makes it easier process for you to get the visa.
So that's it. That's all we wanted to cover and give you an insider look of what we have in store for you for Project Control Summit. Again, I would like to welcome you, and I cannot wait to welcome you at the summit. I would like to invite you to join us at Project Control Summit in Galveston, Texas next year from April to May. So we cannot wait to see you there. Again, mark your calendar for August 22nd when we open the enrollment for everyone. And really, we are so excited to see each one of you and create memorable times together.
Exactly. And if you have any questions or you're watching this after the live session and have a question, you can have a comment under the video or send us an email to support@projectcontrolacademy.com, and we'll be happy to answer your question.
Yeah, but overall, we are really grateful for this fantastic global community, for your support, for your interest, even traveling all the way to attend the summit. It means a lot to us, and we will assure you that we will make sure that your time will be well worth it. So we are working so hard to create a very good experience for you at the summit, and again, cannot wait to see you. So I better stop talking and stop my excitement about the summit next year, and really see you in there, and that's going to be awesome.
Yes, have a great day and night, everyone. Enjoy your time, and hopefully we will see you registered for the summit, and we will see you in person in Galveston on April 29th next year.
Yes, very good. Thank you again, everyone.
Bye.
Hopefully see you next year. Bye.